I know you're wondering why I'm grinning and why I'm all chuckled up and wonder why I got this Super Bowl championship ring on 2017-18 Super Bowl championship ring. You wonder why I got it on? Breaking news. And I mean some serious breaking news. If y'all haven't heard already, you're going to wish you had. Because I broadcasted all over social media. And I'm doing it on this video currently. Tom Brady, 7-time Super Bowl champion, has decided to call it a career. He decided to call it a career. I'm not exactly sure what led to this decision, but I could say the loss to the Los Angeles Rams probably gave some indication that his time was up, or maybe he discussed it with his family, or he discussed it with the organization, or he had a mental capacity somewhere in his head telling him that his time was up. He needs to move on with his life because he has a wife, a model wife, and he had 2 or 3 kids that he has to raise on his own or with her in a matter of speaking. But it doesn't matter about the records that you set. Over 80,000 yards passing, 200 or 300 touchdowns in your career. What? Over 15 or 16 playoff appearances with 9 or 10 Super Bowl appearances. Matter of fact, he won 7 Super Bowls. And I'm going to tell y'all a few minutes in this video the teams he lost to. But in a few minutes, y'all, few minutes. So, I can say this here with this retirement thing, and we all know that Gronk is not too far behind because in the interview that he had recently after the season had ended, he was asked the question, will he retire after the season? His correct quotes was, he's going to discuss it among his family and peers to see what his decision going to be, but I believe his peers will be Tom Brady. Him and Brady probably had a talk, probably already did, and I'm quite sure Tom had already told him this decision before he decided to put it today's news. So, and one of the reasons why I'm glad this is over with, because his mantle for his situation going on, and the silliest thing to me, and that you know when you move to a new age and your time has battered. Because I said a long time ago, it was going to take a good defense that was going to knock Tom Brady on his ass. And come the LA Rams, or better yet, the Rams coming to, or they coming to the Rams, because they went to LA and they lost. The Rams had a top 5 ranked defense. They sacked Tom Brady, I think 5 times in this game. I think Aiden Donald had 2, and I think Von Miller had 2. And I think he had a sack from a cornerback. I think he got sacked 4 or 5 times in this game that I can remember, because I watched this game and I was praying and hoping that somebody would knock Tom Brady on his ass, and it came to light. Let it be known though, he wasn't the only team that knocked him on his ass. I'm going to get in there also in this video. But the Rams were the last team to knock Brady out the playoffs. When your time is up, and when you are more of a pocket passer, because now gone are the age of pocket passes. You got to be able to run out the pocket to make plays with your feet, or legs for that matter, to make plays. Those passes are now in the league. And I can mention a whole bunch of them, but that will take another video to do. So, that's going to come another day. But the thing is, he's out of the playoffs, and the situation of him even getting back to the playoffs now is slim chance to none. Because once you retire, the team that you got a Super Bowl to, the team now they're going to be on the bottom feeder. So I expect the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to be looking for a quarterback, either free agency or during the draft, because I don't think there's no quarterback in the draft that they want. So they might up and sign one via free agency. That way it might come down to. So now let's get to the teams that Tom Brady lost Super Bowl to. And all y'all been waiting for this because I've been waiting to say it for the longest. Tom Brady is 7-10 in the Super Bowl. 7-10. The teams he won a Super Bowl with, he won 6 with the Patriots and won 1 with Tampa Bay. But of those 3 losses, you're looking at one on the right here, the Philadelphia Eagles, baby. We were the last team to beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 52, which may seem like eons to some of y'all, but it's one of those moments where you know that you have to reflect. Because when I found out that he was retiring, I had to bust off this ring. You know, I had to bust it out. And I had to show y'all our division conference championship belt right there. I had to show y'all that because it got to a point that I am so ecstatic. A lot of Eagle fans are more ecstatic than me because, well, there may be a few other teams as well that may be ecstatic that he's gone. I know the AFC was glad that he left the AFC conference, but he came to the NFC and dominated 3 seasons. Need I remind you, they went to a Super Bowl in their second year. They went in the second year of him being there. No, it wasn't. 12, 13, 14. No, hold on. Let me rethink. 21, 20. They won the Super Bowl 2020. 19. I'm sorry. He came to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2019. At the year he came there. But they won. They went to Super Bowl 19, 20, 2021 season. So now the season is over with for him, for that matter. He's now out. You have to worry about it. Now, the other 2 teams that he lost the Super Bowl to was the New York Giants, a la Eli Manning. The only Super Bowl that he lost to the Philadelphia Eagles, and he has not given us no respect until this day. He probably never will. The only quarterback to beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl was a backup quarterback, and that was Nick Foles. And the man never gave Nick Foles his due. When Nick Foles beat him in the Super Bowl, he didn't walk up to Nick Foles and shook him. Matter of fact, there is video footage where Nick Foles walked up to him to get a handshake. The man ducked Nick Foles and started shaking everybody else's hands. When I seen that footage, I was like, really? And you're supposed to be a competitor, and you're supposed to be a sportsman that do sportsmanship. That just shows the character of Tom Brady right there. That just shows his character. Because the guy has no respect for peers, for people who have beaten him in the Super Bowl. Matter of fact, I don't even think he shook Eli Manning's hand when Eli Manning beat him twice in the Super Bowl. I don't think he did. So, for the longest, he has had it in it for the Philadelphia Eagles because he felt that the Eagles' beatdown was probably his worst, and it really wasn't. To me, if you lose 2 Super Bowls to a team, that's a team that you should have the beef with, not with the team that beat you only once in the Super Bowl. So that's why I say the guy. To me, Tom Brady has a character issue. He has a character problem. To me, I think he's arrogant. I think he's very arrogant. And a lot of people don't want to say this or don't want to see it. The man's arrogant. I mean, don't get me wrong. He has done a lot for the NFL and for charities and things of that nature. He done extraordinarily well. I give him dues on that. But as far as his character on the field and where I have a question with, to me, it's his on-field character because If you get beat in the Super Bowl by Eli Manning, you walk up the man, shake his hand. You ain't gotta speak to him, shake his hand and move on. But for Nick Foles, for you to have the audacity to duck Nick Foles out, he coming to get a handshake. You know what I'm saying? For sportsmanship, if you gonna dodge him because of that just shows your character. You have none whatsoever. To me, you are one of the most arrogant fools in the NFL, and I'm glad you retired because it's time. The Rams made sure of that, cause they knocked your ass all over the field. They kicked you all over the field. They really did. And you had it coming because when you got a good defense like the Rams up the middle and on both edge fields, I mean on both edge pass rushers, when you got three guys that can literally do that, then you're doing something. If the Eagles have had a the Eagles have had a decent pass rush when the Eagles played Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. They had a decent pass rush, but not equal pass rush like the Rams. The Rams had Aaron Donald in the middle. They had Dominican Sue. Dominican Sue with the Dominican Sue with the Bucks. They had another defensive tackle in the middle along with Aaron Donald. Then they had Von Miller on the other side. Then they had the other boy on the other side. I can't think of his name. He was with the he did play with the Jets, who drafted them. Then from the Jets to the Cowboys, from the Cowboys to the Rams. So he been with three different teams over 8-year career for that guy. I forgot that boy name, but anyway, the Rams had an equal adequate pass rush, and they knocked you on your ass every other down that you played. They beat you up. They beat you up pretty bad. But when you lost to them, you shook their hands. Maybe it was it because they didn't beat you in the Super Bowl. If you were with the Patriots, let's not forget you beat the Rams in the Super Bowl after we beat y'all. Super Bowl 53, y'all won Super Bowl. Tom Brady won Super Bowl 53, and they played the Rams. They beat the Rams. What was it, 10-10? I think it was 10-3. I think that what the score was, 10-3, which is by Chris and by us fans one of the most boring Super Bowls in Super Bowl history or in the Super Bowl era. It was one of the worst games. I mean, I saw that game and I was very disappointed because I thought the Rams were going to score. The Rams should have scored. I think if the Rams had a touchdown, they would have beaten y'all. But the Patriots defense was a top 10 ranked defense, and that's why y'all won that football game. Other than the Rams would have beaten y'all, would have beaten the Patriots in Super Bowl 53. They would have beaten you. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, to me, you are an arrogant prick. You have no respect for your peers, and if you lose games, you have no respect to go up and shake the hands of an opposing quarterback. And you did Nick Foles entirely wrong. I'm quite sure Nick Foles probably didn't think much of it because Nick Foles is that kind of guy. He's that kind of guy. But too bad you ain't that kind of guy because you are not a stand-up guy. Like I said, I give you respect for what you did off the field. But on the field is what I question your character. And I'm always going to question your character, Tom Brady, because you are one of them guys I really don't like. I probably don't. I'm not going to wish for your death or downfall none of that day because you did a lot for the NFL and off the field. That's all I give you respect for. But if your character is a concern to me, and it's a concern with a lot of Eagles fans across the country because the way you treated Philadelphia, Nick Foles, oh yeah, and then you went there and you shook Wentz hands. You shook Wentz. That's who hand you shook. You shook Wentz hands. And I forgot. I thought about that. You walked past Nick Foles to go shake the hands of the guy who didn't beat you. I had to think about that for a minute. Because it's footage on that. And I remember seeing that on live set when we beat y'all, but 51, was it 41 or 41 to 41-20? I forget what the score was. But all I know is 41-21, something like that, 21-31. I mean, the score, it wasn't a lopsided 41-22. That's what it was, 41-22. That's what the score. I think about that for a minute, 41-22. But anyway, the situation is this. It wasn't a lopsided score that we beat y'all. It wasn't lopsided. Yes, the thing is, you walk past Nick Foles to go shake the quarterback's hand who didn't play you in the Super Bowl. You gotta remind you, he do got a Super Bowl ring for helping us get to the Super Bowl in the first place. But you're gonna shake his hands, but not the hand of the guy who beat you. Or are you still upset because we came with the idea called the Philly Special, and when you had a wide receiver to throw you the football out on the screenplay and that ball slipped over your head, are you mad because of that? Or are you mad because Foles beat you single-handedly in Super Bowl 52? You threw for over 500 yards. Nick Foles threw for 300. Threw for over 300. What was it? Four touchdowns, and one pick. I think that's what it was. And you threw for 5 touchdowns. What's five? No, you threw for 3 touchdowns. Three touchdowns. Three. You threw for 3 touchdowns. For 500 some yards, 3 touchdowns. But you're not giving credit where credit is due. And that is going to be that's going to be the situation with Eagle fans across the country for years to come. Even though we do got our Super Bowl by beating you, you need to remind you now. You beat the Eagles back in 2004 when Don McNabb was quarterback. McNabb to do for more yards than you did in that Super Bowl. He threw for more yards than you. McNabb did that, threw for 3 touchdowns, scored 3 picks. You threw for, I think, 2 touchdowns, no picks. So, and you threw for under 300 yards in that game. So maybe the shots out the water that came back to nip you on your ass to make you realize the idea of you being this so-called hero of a quarterback. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you got issues, character issues with yourself. Like I said, I'm not a judge nor the jury, but I do question your character, your on-field character, of players shaking hands when they single-handedly beat you. That's the issue I have with you. So, this video, wow, I think this may be one of the most greatest videos I probably made in my lifetime of making videos, because of the fact is, you are now retiring. I'm not finna sit up here and talk mess with you. I'm not even gonna sit up here and talk crap with you. But when all said, boy and done, you're now out of the league, and anything ain't gotta worry about you anymore. You know what I'm saying? And so, I'm glad that you're out of here. I'm not even gonna. I'm not. As a matter of fact, normally I would give congratulations to a certain player, but in your case, I'm not thinking no congratulations to, because you do not deserve it. I question your character. And I don't know how many times I said in this video, but I question that. And it's going to be a question for me. Today I am off this planet. And it's going to be a lot of other Eagle fans too across the country. Not just me alone. Because that is where you stand with us Eagle fans as an uncharacterized idiot who think he is high and mighty over everybody. You always have been that way. And for a guy to come out of University of Michigan, a Wolverine is a guy like Brian Dawkins, a guy who had the pleasure of helping us win a Super Bowl as an executive, not as a player. He wanted to win one as a player, but he got one as an executive front office guy. I know he's more proud to finally see that the Eagles won a Super Bowl without him being there, but with him being there in spirit and being in the upper offices, he did a good job doing that. And I really hated that he resigned, but he did what he had to do. He had himself a Super Bowl championship ring to be proud of. He got a ring that has his name written on the side, and on the other side has Super Bowl 52. He has a ring now, and that ring helped him get to the NFL Hall of Fame. It wasn't just his stats and his popularity. That this ring here alone that he won as an executive helped him get into the Hall of Fame. So everybody, I can sit there and think about it has great character. See, Nick Fury got all the character in the world. He's he's top character. He's top notch character. His character is off the charts. It's very off the charts. Minaj's character is off the charts. I can still be in the name. A lot of quarterbacks the Eagles have had and went through is off the charts. Randall Cunningham, Jaws, Ty Depner, let me see, Carson Wentz. I can sit up here and name all these quarterbacks. I can sit up and name them one by one in the year that they were drafted and or the year that they came to the Eagles via. I can sit up and talk about that all day long, but I'm not going to sit up and discuss that on the video because it's a waste of time even talking about it. The video is really about you, Tom Brady, or should I say Tom Thumb. I'm glad you're out of here. Glad you're out. So, to all my Eagle Nation out there, fan base worldwide, YouTube, social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever social media platform that you are on. I know y'all are on a natural high like I am to seeing this idiot, Tom Brady, has now gone. He had not announced it yet, but they said that it was gonna be announced between tomorrow and Monday. So more likely it'll be Monday that he's gonna officially announce his retirement from the NFL. And like I said, Gronk ain't that far away because, like I mentioned earlier in this video, he was contemplating retirement, but he said he wasn't quite sure. He would discuss it with other people around him to decide. And one of those guys around him was Tom Brady. And now since he's out, Gronk is more likely to leave retirement as well. So, none of us can be any happier. And I couldn't be any happier. Oh yeah, putting it back in this bag. This the bag and this the bag it had when it came in this box right here. So back in the box it go. Tom Thumb or Tom Brady, I toast to you for finally retirement from the field, from the lives of the NFL, from the lives of us Eagles fans, and most definitely the lives of the people who you disrespected, a la Nick Foles. This is your boy, the Green Talons, with a smile as wide as a clown. Comment, like, share, subscribe, notification bell on top so I make the video directly from me to you for your enjoying pleasure. And I'm out. But not like Tom Brady. Deuce.